that is enough to
Sweet.
get us started.
Sweet.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for tuning in to Greater St. Paul Boma's second chair yoga session. We first want to thank our sponsors, American Security and Marsden, for helping make this happen. It's so critical for us to be able to continue to engage with each other virtually and still have some fun in an informal setting. And want to thank all of our attendees for tuning in. I really hope you have a good time, and who knows, maybe all of us will pick up chair yoga. Jes is an incredible instructor. Has been doing this for more than 32 years of personal practice and 20 plus years of teaching experience. You teach for children and people of all ages. So yes, there's a lot for us to learn from her. We're very glad to have her. And without further ado, Jes, we will get you started.
Sweet. Hi, everyone. How are you? You're seeing me up close and personal. I'm just going to stand back here and make sure when I sit that you can see me, because sometimes the, oh, it works. Great. Awesome. Okay. Sometimes the aperture of the little camera changes. So, well, I'm really glad that you're all here, and I'm really honored that you are excited to learn a little bit about chair yoga. I'm going to go and sit down, and as I come into a comfortable seat, why don't you also take a comfortable seat? My chair is a little bit askew so that you can see me from different angles, but if you need to, just face directly towards the screen. And welcome, friends, to our chair yoga practice. I like to start off our chair yoga practice, which is really a practice for all bodies, and we can do it anywhere that you have a chair. You could even do it on a park bench. You could even sit on your couch and do some chair yoga stretches. As you come into a comfortable seat, make sure your ankles are underneath your knees and your knees are in line with your hips. Sometimes people lean back in chairs and kind of open their legs and get a little bit relaxed. But what we're doing here is we're settling in and coming into alignment as we practice breathing and stretching and settling into ourselves. So make sure that you are in a comfortable position, shoulders over the hips, and as I mentioned before, knees over the ankles. And gently rest your hands on your legs as we start to breathe. So I thought we'd focus our bite-sized practice today, beginning with our breath. What we're really doing is teaching ourselves how to regulate our nervous system and how to make our bodies, minds, and hearts more resilient. So we're settled into alignment now, and we're allowing ourselves to create a purposeful pause. Did you know that when you're stressed, you really only breathe about 30% of your breathing capacity? That's unbelievable. So you're taking really shallow, small, tiny little breaths. So what we want to do here is create a deep diaphragmatic breath from deep down below the belly button all the way through your entire body, so that you're not breathing shallow or rough or jagged breaths, but you're breathing wide, spacious, buoyant breaths that make our minds, our bodies, and our hearts feel lighter. As we're sitting in our chair, this helps us, along with the breath, to engage something called the vagus nerve. And the vagus nerve is the longest nerve in your body that starts at the back of your brain and goes all the way down to your tummy. And it allows us to find a state of calm and ease. It also is really interesting because when we take deep diaphragmatic breaths, we secrete a hormone in our body that is called the happy hormone, serotonin, and it makes us feel lighter and more genuine, and it allows us to be relaxed. It also encourages fresh oxygen to move through our bodies. So we're just sitting here calmly, and we are going to practice what I like to call take 5 breathing breaks. The first one is simply tracing your hands. And I know it seems really silly, but when we're stressed out, when we're really busy, focused on the computer, a lot of times our breathing is so shallow because we're just not focusing on breathing. And then we become these deep sea divers that are really good at holding our breath until that email is sent, until that task has been accomplished. So what we do for the first take 5 breathing break is to place your hand out, and you're going to trace it. Every inhale is an upward movement, and every exhale is a downward movement. And just like the little engine that could, you're going to breathe in as you trace the thumb, and breathe out. Breathe in, going up the index finger, and breathe out, going in between the webbing of the index finger and the middle finger. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, until we get to the pinky finger, and we breathe in and breathe out. Now, since we have time to practice, we're going to go back the other way. Breathing in through the nose and breathe out through the mouth. Breathe in through the nose and breathe out through the mouth. Breathe in through the nose and breathe out through the mouth. Breathe in through the nose and breathe out through the mouth. And one more time, breathe in through the nose and breathe out through the mouth. Nice. Now, ultimately, we try to take an inhale for a count and an exhale for 2 counts, trying to breathe in and out through the nostrils, because that automatically turns on the serotonin production and those positive hormones to move through your body. But until you get really comfortable with just taking long, slow, diaphragmatic breaths deep down from your belly, it's fine if you breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. We're just trying to find a state of ease. The second breathing exercise that I want to teach you how to do is just like you're going to a birthday party and you want to blow out a candle. Okay, so here's how it goes. We take our hands, and we can either start off with our hands into fists where we're blowing the candles up, or our hands nice and broad and our fingers wide, and we're going to breathe in, and like you're almost blowing a horn, breathe out and feel the air on your thumb, like you're blowing out a candle, and the thumb tucks into your palm. Breathe in and breathe out, blowing out the index finger. Breathe in and breathe out, blowing out the middle finger. Breathe in and breathe out, blowing out the ring finger. And then breathe in and breathe out, blowing out the pinky finger. And by the time you go through all of your fingers and your thumb, you really feel yourself relaxing and getting out of the thinking mind and more into the present moment. You'll have to try it one time and tell me what you think. All right, so now that we practice those breathing take 5 breaks, we are going to practice settling in a little bit further into alignment by starting off releasing our neck and our shoulders. So as you sit back in your chair, you're welcome to lean back, but don't lean too far. Try and keep the shoulders over the hips. And we are going to take and just do nice shoulder and neck rolls. First, we're going to do is you're going to aim straight out about 4 feet in front of you. And on your exhale, simply bring your chin to your chest. As your chin comes to your chest, this really, really helps you to release any congestion in your neck and your shoulders. And we're moving nice and slow. So we're going to draw our chin all the way over as our left ear feels heavy to the left shoulder. Feeling a good release, simple and gentle breaths, allowing our right shoulder and neck to get a good stretch. And you're just looking down to the ground, so you don't have to look at the screen. You can just listen to my voice. And on your next exhale, draw your chin back to the center of your chest. Let it be heavy, because depending on how smart we are, our skull is pretty heavy. So feel the weight of your skull stretching from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. And then we'll roll, roll, roll our right ear to our right shoulder. It seems really basic, but it is incredible when you just focus breathing in and breathing out and giving yourself space to be. How effective it is for your body-mind connection. Find one more good breath as your right ear is stretching towards the right shoulder. And then bring your chin back forward to your chest. With your next inhale, begin to lift your gaze up. And we're going to practice, before we go deeper into the neck and the shoulders, we're going to practice stretching our eyeballs. So our eyes need a stretch, especially when we're looking at so many screens all day long, whether it's a screen on your wrist, the screen in a car, the screen on the computer, even the TV. We see so many screens a day that our eyes need a little bit of a relax. So take your hands and bring them out in front of you, making your arms into a circle. Now stay here if this is enough for your shoulders. And if you're having any shoulder issues today, just keep your hands right here. If you want to go a little bit deeper, reach your arms up. So now you're in a position as if your arms are a clock. And imagine that you're looking to the center of the clock as you look straight ahead, without moving your forehead, without moving your chin, and your arms are up or out in front of you. Take your gaze to 12 o'clock. So you're just looking up with your eyeballs, but nothing else. Breathing in and breathing out. Feel yourself calm as you're looking skyward up to 12 o'clock. And then on your exhale, look back forward. So you're simply breathing. Nothing is forced. And now begin to, when you're ready, start to look down to 6. So you're looking down past the tip of your nose to 6 o'clock, but you're not moving your chin or your forehead. Breathe in and breathe out. And then bring your eyes back to center. If your arms are feeling tired, bring them back down, or try and keep them up a little bit longer as we take our eyeballs and just our eyeballs to look to the right. And this is kind of hard. So you're looking to the right, feeling the stretch in the eyes as you look as far as you can to the number 3 on your imaginary clock. And then guide your head back to center, or your eyeballs back to center, I should say. And we're gonna look to 9. So gazing over gently to 9, stretching out your eyes. Really just observe with the breath. As you empower your mind and your body, you're stretching slowly and breathing deeply. And then look back forward. Feel your eyes nice and calm. And we're gonna take and bring our hands right in front of us. And we're gonna rub our hands together as we close our eyes, allowing our eyes to relax. Rub your palms together as fast as you possibly can. And then take and bring your hands over your closed eyes. As your hands are over your closed eyes, just settle in and breathe as you allow your eyes to relax. And if you're wearing your glasses or your readers, just your hands are over the glasses or your readers, and your eyes are still closed. And then feel the warmth of the hands, soothing the eyeballs, eyes resting in their sockets. And with your next exhale, release your hands down. Now we've just practiced eyes around the clock as we stretched out the ligaments in our eyes. Let's take our palms together and we're gonna take and tuck your thumbs in between at the pads of the hands so that you can wrap your fingers around the thumbs. Now that the thumb is in between the palm and the fingers, we're gonna take the pinkies together and we're gonna roll our hands. Simply rolling. The hard part is try not to lose contact of skin touching skin. Tracing your hands, moving in one direction and now the opposite direction. And this is just called hand pressure rolls. So we're helping carpal tunnel syndrome, tennis elbow. Once again, we're on our screens, our computers, our phones, texting, and tapping away on the keyboard a lot. One more time, opposite direction. Good job, everybody. And now gently releasing your hands, we're gonna take and interlace your fingers. And you're gonna do a little bit of a tug of war. You're gonna just kind of move your wrists about. And then from here, we're gonna practice something called radiant fingers. So your fingers extend out, all 5 fingers stretching wide. Take the tips of the fingers together as your palms come together. And we're gonna just slowly, and I'm gonna turn towards you, we're gonna press into the fingers as your elbows go out. So you get a good stretch to your digits. And then exhale, elbows come down. So we're attempting to keep Arthur or arthritis at bay. Press into the tips of the fingers, elbows open, and exhale, elbows come back down. Press into the tips of the fingers as your elbows open. And as you exhale, elbows come back down. Let's try that again. Press into the tips of the fingers, elbows open. So you're really pressing hard, getting a good stretch. And elbows come down as your palms are light. Let's do one more, radiant fingers. Practice pressing, elbows open, shoulders broad, breathing from the belly. And exhale, elbows come back down. All right, that was great, everyone. Now we're gonna do individual finger bending, which is really humbling. You know, when you go to like a football game or a sporting event, or when we used to go to them outside, and you could do the wave. Well, a lot of times people will take their fingers and they'll just wave their fingers in from pinkies to index fingers and they'll roll the wave. But actually we want to work every digit. So we're going to work fingers one at a time. So just lift your index finger up and then bring it back down. Just bring your middle finger up, I know, and bring it back down. Just bring your ring finger up. And then what happens is you start to notice how weak or how connected the muscles are, and lower the ring finger down. And then pinky finger, lower down, and thumb, lower down. All right, now we're gonna try a little brain game. Bring your right arm up over your left. Flip your thumbs down, interlace your fingers, and if it's available, bring the elbows out and the wrists through. And what happens here is now we're tricking our brain. So our brain is likes to find or use only the right hemisphere or the left hemisphere. So we're gonna do individual finger lifting, but we're gonna do this a little bit differently to help us to get our brain to become a little bit smarter. See if you can lift up your both of your index fingers at the same time without looking, and then lower them down. And then both of your pinky fingers and lower them down. So we're confusing through this sensory integration practice, your right and left brain, and we're trying to make ourselves smarter. So this is a brain gym practice. Middle fingers lift up without looking, both of them, and lower them down. Thumbs lift up and lower them down. And now try and lift up your ring finger. I looked because my fingers got stuck together, so you can kind of tell what is a little bit stuck, a little bit needs a little bit more breath, a little bit more movement, a little bit more exercise, even your brain. And then lower the fingers down. Now release the hands out, arms down by your sides, and we'll practice playing the piano. So reach your hands forward, and here we go. We're gonna just play the piano. So we have spent a lot of time just working on fingers and hands and moving our wrists, and we're gonna now start going into one more thing that helps us release carpal tunnel and any kind of elbow impingements and arthritis. And it is where we flash our hands. So you're gonna take your right hand and left hand forward, but your right hand is gonna face down, your left hand is gonna face up. Now shrug your shoulders up, back, and down. And here we go. We are going to squeeze our fingers without bending the elbows. That's the hard part. So it's toning our tummies too, because we have to really think about sitting in alignment. Squeeze your hands, squeeze, 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 squeeze. It seems super easy, but it's actually really hard, and it's actually making me sweat a little bit. Squeeze, 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 freeze, and flip. Now the right hand is facing up, the left hand is facing down, shoulders shrugging back, and here we go. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. As fast as you can, as much as you can, squeezing your hands, breathing deeply. Keep squeezing your hands. You've got it. Squeeze and then shake it off. Sometimes our nerves get blockages. So what this does is it just helps us to release any congestion in our nervous system. Now we're gonna strip our arms and get those nerves to flow freely. So make your left hand like a sandwich, and from your elbow down, just kind of strip your arms. And you'll really notice how much in our forearms we use during the day on the computer. So this is such a great release. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. Take your right hand into a little sandwich grip, and you are going to strip from elbow to wrist, releasing any congestion. And then we'll just shake it off. Whew, and just let it go. As if you just wipe the crumbs off of a really dirty table onto the floor so that the pet can eat the scraps. Really feel that whatever was congested in your arms can just go. Okay, we are gonna now do a side body stretch. With your next inhale, reach your arms up, interlace your fingers, and rotate the palms up. With your exhale, stretch to a side. Feel the gentleness of your stretch, and you're just looking out about 4 feet in front of you as you reach and stretch and breathe. And then inhale back up and exhale like a sigh of relief. Let the arms come down. Okay, here we go. Second side, inhale, breathing in deeply like you're as light as a balloon. Interlace your fingers and try the odd grip. So we're exercising our brain again. Rotate the palms up, stretch to a side, and press your hips down into the chair. Breathing deeply, and come on back to center. And as you exhale, big sigh of relief, just letting it go. Okay, so we just used both arms. Now we're going to stretch just one arm at a time. So take and reach your right hand to the back of your head. You could even reach up and over towards the left ear. And on your exhale, stretch your right elbow down. And then inhale, stretch the elbow up to the top. You're going to gaze either down to the floor, or if it feels good, up to the ceiling tiles. You can spiral left rib cage higher than the right as you breathe. Squeeze the inner thighs together as the left hand is just holding onto the chair for support. And then use your exhale to come on back up. Right hand comes down. All right, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Are you ready? Reach the left arm up, grabbing up and over, capturing the right ear or behind the head. And now exhale, bring the elbow down. Inhale, the elbow up and over. Same thing. You can spiral right rib cage higher than the left as you look up to the ceiling. Or if you're lucky to be outside, and you're twisting. Feel the right hand is heavy as the left elbow is light, and you're just stretching in equal yet opposite directions. And then use your exhale to come on back up and bring your left arm down. Okay, with your next inhale, reach both arms up, take your hands, interlace your fingers, and bring them behind the head. And we are going to start doing something called a cat and a cow. Sitting up, and we're going to do it 2 different ways. On your exhale, you're going to hollow your belly, elbows come down, chin towards the chest. Inhale, opening up, press head into hands, hands into head. And then exhale, hollowing and rounding. Inhale, come on back up, elbows open, chest is broad. And exhale, elbows come forward, chin to the chest. Inhale, elbows open, chest expressive. Exhale, elbows come forward, chin to the chest. Inhale, come on up, opening, breathing. And exhale, elbows come forward, chin to the chest. Let's try that one more time. Inhale, open, press hands into the back of the head, elbows reaching behind you. And exhale, rounding and opening. Inhale to a neutral position. And as you exhale, bring your arms down. Now we're going to do a cat-cow a little bit differently, where we are just moving our spine. And I like to say you're moving from your belly button. So really think about moving the belly button from the breath. On your exhale, you're going to round and open up, chin to the collarbones. And as you're inhaling, bring your thumbs to your hips, elbows reach back, chest is open. Exhale, rounding, arcing your back, chin to your chest. Inhale, thumbs to the hips, elbows reach back. And exhale, rounding and opening. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, rounding and opening. Inhale, lift, lengthen, elbows go back. And exhale, rounding and opening. Couple more times. Inhale, thumbs to the hips, elbows back, chest open. And exhale, rounding and opening. Inhale, thumbs, hips, chest expansive. Exhale, rounding and opening. Inhale to a neutral position. And now we're going to take ourselves into a twist. As we work into this twist, really notice that you're moving from the body of today. So you want to really respect wherever you're going and not force yourself. Okay, here we go. Take and wave the left hand and bring the left hand outside of the right leg. On your next inhale, reach the right hand forward. And as you exhale, reach your right arm back. The inner thighs draw towards each other as you look over the right shoulder. Now, Whatever your body is doing is fine. If you want to keep the hand back, go for it. If you want to take the hand to the back of the chair, you can use the hand to help facilitate a deeper twist. As you inhale, you lengthen. And as you exhale, you twist. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. And then come on back to center. Hands to the legs. Body is calm. Big breath in through the nose. And an easy breath out through the mouth. And let's find the other side as we twist and churn and rinse out any congestion in our internal organs, especially our intestines. So we'll take and reach our left hand to the outside of the left leg. Reach your right hand forward, and then here we go. Twist. As right hand is to the outside of the left leg and left hand reaches back. Same thing, you can brace your hand against whatever chair you're sitting in. You can keep reaching the hand back, and you can go as active or as passive as you want to in your twist. The breath on the inhale lengthens, and the breath on the exhale allows you to just rinse everything out. Breathing in and breathing out. Simple, calm, and gentle. And then come on back to center. All right, are you ready to do some stuff behind the chair? So you can really tell that there's all kinds of things you can do seated right here to stretch out our eyes, our wrists, our shoulders, our necks, and even kind of pour out the contents of our mind. Now let's move to the back of the chair, and we are going to do something called a downward facing dog. In a downward facing dog, as I move to the back of the chair, I'm going to take and turn my chair sideways so that you can see me a little better. But as I move to the back of the chair, my body is calm. And I wanted to wear shoes today so I could show you how easy it is to do in any clothes that you're wearing, jeans, work clothes, even fitness clothes if you want to. So a crescent lunge is where we're gonna start here today, I think. And as we're standing at the back of the chair, just feel your feet firmly planted on the ground. And same thing we were doing seated. Ankles underneath knees, knees in line with your hips, hips in line with your shoulders. And we're gonna take a step back with our left foot. Now the right foot is forward, and by bringing the left leg back, your right knee is up over the ankle. The left heel is off the ground and your hands are to the back of the chair. So you're now in something called a crescent lunge. So your right foot is forward. Let's keep the left hand to the back of the chair because chair yoga is really about doing yoga with a prop. So you have assistance in allowing your body to reap the benefits of the stretch. From here, inhale and reach your right arm up high. And on your exhale, bend your elbow to the rib cage. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, elbow to the ribs. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, elbow to the rib. Inhaling up. Exhale, elbow to the ribs. Inhale. And exhale. Let's do that one more time. Breathe in. And breathe out. Hand to the chair and step left foot to greet the right. Before we do the other side, let's mix in a downward facing dog. So you're just going to keep your hands to the back of the chair and walk your feet back. And as you walk your feet back, your forehead comes in line with your shoulders. Shoulders over the hips, back is nice and long, and you're breathing. You could even sway your hips from side to side a little bit. You just don't want to collapse in your back and just hang out. Try and feel the tailbone long and feel it as your spine lengthens from the top of the head all the way to your tail. Shoulders reaching the sides of the room. Your neck is nice and relaxed. Your tongue is soft as the words are starting to leave your body. And then we simply walk our feet to our hands. Fantastic. Okay, let's try the other leg in crescent lunge. So last time we had our right foot forward. Now we're going to keep the left foot forward and we're going to step the right foot back. So you should feel a nice stretch through your hamstrings into your hip flexors. Your back is long and your right heel is high. And since the left leg is forward, now we reach our right arm up. On your exhale, no, I'm sorry, I apologize. Left arm up. On your exhale, elbow reaches back, hand towards the chest. Inhale, reaching. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Breathing in as the arm goes up. Breathe out as the elbow goes back. And remember, if you're having shoulder issues, you can just bring your hand forward and then exhale, hand comes back. Let's try that one more time. Breathe in wherever you are and breathe out, exhaling. Left hand to the chair, step your right foot forward to greet the left. And let's find our downward facing dog again. Now, you can do the same thing that you just did with your hands to the back of the chair. You can also, if you want to, take and bring your forearms to the chair. So you take the seat and you walk your hips back. And as you walk your hips back, your elbows come to the chair and your forehead can come down. So your hips go back, your head hangs, and your body is calm. You could even have, I just lost my earpiece, a little bend in the knee. It depends on where your body of today needs to be. Hips back, neck is long, eyes are calm. And you can really feel a good release through your low back. And forward folds automatically turn on the vagus nerve or that parasympathetic nervous system. So as you're in this position, all these happy hormones are flowing through your body. But since we're using the chair as a prop, we want to come out slowly so that, because our head is below the heart. So walk your feet forward and then with a little bend in the knees, plant your palms to the chair. Keep your head looking to your hands. And as your eyes look to your hands, one hand goes to the back of the chair and you come up to standing. Pretty great, everybody. Really awesome. So now I thought we could try a tree pose. In a tree pose, once again, I'm turning the chair sideways. We are going to take, and I'm going to face you, but you're welcome to face the back of the chair. We are going to take and lift one leg up off the ground. As you bring the one leg up off the ground, you can turn the knee out to the side, and then you place the foot into the other leg. So you're pressing foot into leg, leg into foot, and on your inhale, hand to the belly. Exhale, blow it away. Inhale, hand to your heart. Feel the pulse, the rhythm, and exhale, blow it away. Inhale, hand to the top of the head, and exhale, let it go. Knee comes forward, foot releases, arm comes down by your sides. Now, since I'm not going to face away from you, all you have to do is switch legs, but I am going to switch the direction of the chair. And on your next inhale, hand to the hip, opposite knee and foot come up off the ground and take the knee out. Foot into the leg, leg into the foot. And if that's too much for you, just take the foot that's lifted up off the ground and make it like a kickstand. So it depends on where you're at. You might not want to put so much weight on one leg, so then just use your other leg as a kickstand. Inhale, hand to belly. Exhale, blow it away. Inhale, hand to heart. Exhale, blow it away. Inhale, hand to the top of the head. And exhale, blow it away. Placing the arm down, knee forward, foot comes down. Really awesome job, everybody, with your standing poses. Since our time is winding up, let's come on back to a seated space. And as you come into a seated space, just begin to feel your sit bones. They're called sits bones, the bony parts of your behind, your ischial tuberosities on the chair. And we are going to try to just do one more thing that'll stretch out our ankles. And we are going to lean back, lift one foot up, and rotate your foot one direction and the opposite direction. And then lower the foot down. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Lift the foot up, rotate the foot one way and the other way, and then lower it down. Okay, here's the test. And if this is too much on your low back, don't do it, but it becomes core work or abdominal work. So you want to hold the sides of the chair, lift both feet up, and move them about one way, the opposite way in reverse, and then lower them down. Awesome. With a big breath in, let's find a side body stretch again. So we'll inhale and reach up, interlace your fingers, rotate the palms up, and exhale, stretch to a side. Breathe in and exhale, whew, let it go. Inhale, arms up, interlace the fingers the odd way, reach the palms up, and stretch hands to the opposite side. And then inhale back up and exhale, arms come down. I always like to end the class and begin class with a side body stretch and a twist. So let's find a twist again. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Take and bring one hand to the outside of the leg and an arm back as you twist. So you're just rinsing out anything that's still congested as you look over the right shoulder. And then come on back to center, and we'll twist in the opposite direction. Hand to the outside of the leg, reach the arm back. You can brace your hand to the side of the chair, the back of the chair, or reach the arm as you twist, twist, twist. And then come on back to center. Now, this is my favorite part of class. We practice take 5 breathing breaks, and now we're going to simply practice breathing. If you feel like you want to find more steadiness and really feel yourself present in this moment because you're still a little distracted, take one hand to your heart and one hand to your tummy. But if you're feeling fine and you don't want to do this, you're welcome to keep your hands on your legs. It's really up to you. Wherever you are, feel yourself relax. There's a mindfulness teacher that I really love, and his name is Thich Nhat Hanh. And he talks about life, love, and happiness. And when we are mindful, which is what we're doing right now, deeply in touch with the present moment, which is what our practice is about, our understanding of what is going on deepens. And we begin to be filled with acceptance, joy, peace, and love. So as we deepen our awareness, feel yourself simply breathing. And as you have a hand on your tummy and a hand on your heart, you're simply breathing belly, lungs, and ribs, lungs, and belly. Feel that beautiful rhythm as you deepen your awareness. belly, lungs, and ribs. Ribs, lungs, and belly. Breathing calmly, focused on the here and now, deepening your awareness. And gently release your hands and begin to just feel complete as you've finished your practice today in your chair, sitting, breathing, empowering your mind and your body. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope you dropped in, I hope you settled, and I hope you found some inner peace today in our practice as we moved and breathed together. I'm wishing you lots of love, and I hope that you stress less as we found peace on the mat. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you, Jes, for your very thorough and engaging instruction. I think it's so important for all of us to be reminded of the importance of slowing down, being in tune with your body, and kind of getting all those hectic thoughts out of your mind. Thank you for the attendees. Thanks for spending a part of your day with us. And of course, thank you again to our sponsors for making this happen. Shout out to American Security and Marsden Services. We look forward to more sessions, and everyone have a wonderful day.
Thank you, everyone.